Hey everybody, I'm Ludus Rex, and today I want to talk about DM burnout. Now, it's a thing that most of us run into for Dungeon Masters. We don't like to admit it happens, and instead of really keeping an eye on it, we let it creep up on us. One day we're like, we're fine, we're great, we're loving game. And then game starts to get a little tedious, and our mental state starts to decompose, and we don't notice it, because a lot of times it's a slow thing. And then one day we just show up to game and we're like, okay, I'm here, let's play a game. And that's no fun for anybody, especially the Dungeon Master. Let's face it, when you leave your job to go to your other job you're not getting paid for, that's not a good thing. So here's a few things I do to help avoid Dungeon Master burnout. 1. I have a rule with my entire party. Everybody runs a one-shot once a year. So if you got 4 players, that means you get 4 breaks throughout the year. Space them out every 3 to 4 months. All right. Who wants to run their one-shot? Most of the time, a lot of players, they may be apprehensive about it. If you help them plan, you help them prep, a lot of people are really willing to do it, especially when you bring it up as, I need to take a break, so I can continue to be a dungeon master. And most of the players are very accommodating and they'll do it. 2, exercise. I don't care if you lift weights, you go jogging, you just go walk out in nature. Just do something to get your blood flowing and your mind away from everything. Maybe you need to, instead of once a week, maybe go to once a month if you have to. Let yourself have a bit more space. You still want to play, but you're not feeling as into it. Just put some distance. Every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, once a month. Maybe just put the game on pause and be like, hey, I need to take a break. Hope everybody understands. Do that kind of thing. Those are long term. Now, short term stuff. Here's some other things I do to help myself when it comes to not getting burnt out as quickly. So in the short term, this is what you do. After every game, I always ask, did you guys have fun? What was your favorite moment? This is something I picked up from an old friend of mine, and it's really helped me stay with the mindset of being in game and being positive about the game that just happened. So a lot of times they'll be like, oh yeah, I loved it. I loved it when we went to go get the chest. There's actually a mimic, and the mage, he actually burnt it to death and, collected its ashes in a jar, and he's using a spell component. That was great. That kind of stuff. Now, when your players actually say they enjoyed themselves and they had fun, I need you to focus on that. Believe the players when they said they had fun. Don't play the if game. Don't play they're just being nice. Oh, they're my friend. I did a bad job. What you need to do is listen to the positive voices at the table. Because let's face it, most of us are our own worst enemy and our own worst critics. So when it comes to dungeon mastering, let the people you run the game for actually give you the feedback. And believe them. Believe them. Internalize it. Yes, it was a good game. Yes, I am a good dungeon master. Positive vibe. On that note, after the game's done, you might notice that after your brain starts to wind down is when some negativity sometimes sets in. It's the dungeon master drop. You get in this different headspace. Why? Because your brain was firing on all cylinders, running as fast as it can go during game. You're fully engaged, fully immersed. So when you come down from that, you're going to start losing some of those happy chemicals, the dopamine, the serotonin, maybe a little adrenaline. Depends on the session. But what happens is you start to come down. Like Newtonian physics, what goes up must come down. In that case, what you need to do, grab a hot beverage, preferably uncaffeinated, sit down, enjoy it, and think about the positive things that your players have told you over the last, few months, last year. Listen to the positivity reflected back through that, and just smile about it. Don't wallow in the if game. Oh, if I would have done this, if I would have done that. It doesn't work out. All it does is drags you down to think of negativity. And if push comes to shove, you're really burnt out, put the game on pause. Don't be afraid. Your players will come back. Maybe one of your players will want to run his own campaign, 3-4 month campaign. Allow them the space to see if they'll do something for you. Your players may surprise you. I've had one player, I told them I had to take a step back from Dungeon Master. They picked up the torch. They're like, cool, I'll run a short-term game until you get your batteries recharged. So that's helped me tremendously. Other things that helps recharge your batteries and stop the whole Dungeon Master burnout as quick, go find things that inspire you. Did you enjoy a book that changed your life? Read it again. Watch some of your favorite movies. Watch theater. Watch things you've never done. Try different stuff you've never done. You never done figure art? Try it out. Let your brain relax. Try different avenues of relaxation and expression, and allow inspiration to bubble back up inside of you. When the well runs dry, you gotta let itself fill back up. And if you keep trying to continually pump that thing away for inspiration and it runs dry, you're essentially metaphorically dry heaving. So it's not gonna go well, and nobody likes that, including you. Best thing I can say, that when you start to approach burnout, take some time, take some space, be reflective, self-care, tons of self-care. Just because you're taking time for yourself doesn't make you selfish. Don't think that. Players will understand, everybody will understand. My name's Ludus Rex, and for those about to roll, I salute you.